comfortable because we're here for the long haul. Long haul. I've got to turn that up actually. So everyone can hear. Whoa, wow, we don't want that. So yeah. Well, this is we're hopefully going to be getting a lot of these done in the next coming months. A few guests as well. We don't know who they're going to be yet, but they're going to be.
Really important people.
Yeah, really important people. They're going to be, we're gonna Joe Rogan it, and hopefully we get a better scenery as well.
Yeah.
But did you I put some stuff down. Did you watch that documentary in the end?
I only watched 3 episodes. I thought I watched like 6 of them.
Mate, listen, when I mean, honestly, I know I spoke to you about this at work earlier. We're talking about that disappearing of Madeleine McCann, and it does. There's how many episodes were there? There's 8. I watched all 8.
No, I only watched 3. I thought I'd watched all 8, and it was only 3 episodes in.
So you got up to the bit where they were kind of like
the dog. That bit was mad.
Yeah,
you can't really jump to that bit. You can't.
Nah. Obviously, everyone. If you don't, do you remember it happening when you was younger?
Nah. What year would it have been?
2007. You don't remember it like the big?
No,
thing?
it must have been before that, innit?
No, that's 2007. Trust me.
Really?
Get it up. Trust me. 2007 was when it happened. Honestly, I remember it because I must have been 15. Yeah, I was 15 at the time.
I was 11.
It was mad. Yeah, so you weren't really like watching news.
No, that's how long it's been.
Yeah, I know. That's what anyway, yeah. So obviously I knew when I was watching it there was no end result to it, but it was just interesting to see what the process was. And
shows my spelling. Madeleine.
God, nah. Yeah, but yeah. So as I was saying, I knew that I weren't going to get no answers out of it, but I was interested to see what the process was what was going on behind closed doors. I just can't believe, like, when you actually look at the scale of what's happening in the world, how much publicity and how much media coverage it got, because
it was mad when they were talking about the bit with all the publicity of her and all the other kids that were going missing, and there was hardly anything on it.
Yeah. And I do honestly believe, if it was a working class family, that the parents would have got a little bit, because they didn't get stick for the first, let's say the first couple months. They didn't start getting questions thrown at them really. It was sad what happened, but if it was like a working class family and they weren't middle class doctors, it would have been classed as neglect.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it anyway. Like, that's what they were quite lucky. But then the media...
And anything else that goes wrong with other families that are, say, from the lower class, they start pointing the finger early on, don't they?
Because really and truly, I know, listen, the thing that got me is that they left the kids asleep. They was at the restaurant, which was not that far. You could see there, well, they're saying you couldn't see, but it was within the same, like, area of where their room was.
You just wouldn't do it though, would you?
No.
But then again, if you look at it, like they say when
say
our parents were kids, like it was alright, it was the right thing.
Or when
to
you go abroad, it's like it's like safe here, everyone but it's still you got wrong uns everywhere. You know what I mean? But yeah, I thought with that they had a babysitter service in the actual hotel.
Aeroplane noise there.
Yeah.
Let that pass.
Heathrow never ceases to amaze us. But so they had a babysitting service that they didn't use, which I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense. But then it wasn't. It was like there was everyone they were with wasn't using that service.
No.
Why though? Like everyone in the complex rated the service and said it was well good. So why were they not using it?
How can you just leave your kids to go drinking? Like you're going to get drunk and that, and then like fair enough, you're going back every 20, 15 minutes, half an hour. But you know when you start having a few drinks, don't you can't.
I would understand if you when you look at the bird's eye view of it, you can see the complex. I would understand a little bit more if your apartment was in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Their one was like right by the roadside, like which anyone could just get in and out easily. They didn't have to come into the hotel complex's thing. Which don't know why they would leave it.
But that's it was just a bit fishy. The whole thing was a bit fishy. But and then like, obviously you got up to the bits with the dog. So just say it's all happened. Everyone kind of knows what happened. She's gone missing.
No, it's jumping a bit though. That guy, when they started investigating that guy that was just helping out. He's a bit weird, isn't he?
He was weird, but I kind of half felt a bit sorry for him because he could tell he just wanted to probably be on camera and wanted to do the right thing. and he just you done it. Like you getting nicked. Like,
next thing you know, you're in the
searching his house and that. He did get compensation. Jumped in, but he got a compensation. But you think though, I think he got 600 grand. Yeah, but the world thought you done it. Like, is that enough?
You're getting called a paedophile.
You can never get a job again. They even bought that poor little geezer. Nah, that poor, you know, the little what's his name? The Russian boy.
They built the website.
Yeah, yeah.
He was getting ridiculed.
But did you see when they asked him about all the porn they found on the computer?
I know,
and he
looked
wouldn't answer.
upset.
Which I understand. He's like,
because he said he had hard drives from other clients. He was doing, I don't know, he was doing stuff like, and he goes, tell me a computer where you won't find a little bit of porn on it. And the reason he got annoyed was because he wasn't, when he asked which computers they were finding it on, it weren't, like, they wouldn't specify, so you couldn't say whether that was his or not. But then again, you just go like, it wasn't mine. Like, I don't know.
It was. I did feel a little bit by the end of it, because look, we never know. They didn't do it, but it just felt like the Portuguese police were trying everything not to make it someone local. It had to be something that wasn't associated with that country. Yeah, like for the tourism and that.
But they mucked up early on in it. Like they said, the crime scene just got trampled on. So they had nothing to go by on there. Then they had the roadblocks. Like they didn't secure off the area early enough, like to letting people in and out. You know, like when they saw the video of they were doing roadblocks, but they sat in their car for 45 minutes to keep out the rain. So cars were just going past. There was a van that drove past, blacked out windows, and just drove straight past the police and then out of the thing. So you don't know, like you're just.
And it was like something like I might be wrong, but it was like a few hours to get out of that country. It doesn't take long. Like I saw someone made a valid point as well, like the boat situation. Like you're right by a marina, boats could have been used, but I just.
Well, they were doing it from. I don't even know which country it was coming from, but they were drug smuggling across that channel there. So they were doing boat runs. Yeah, you know that's going to be happening. So it'll be easy for them. What was it? Hours, but then people went searching straight away. Yeah, I just don't know how you get away that quick.
I just think like I reckon it was my honest opinion. Someone's watched their complex, watched her, watched that family, and that was a two-day thing.
The bit that freaked me out was when she said they said that they recall Madeleine the day before saying, "Oh, I was crying last night. Why didn't you come and see me?" So then they were like, "Did he come there that night? Scare them. They woke up and then left." Yeah, you don't know, innit?
You don't know.
Like he could have come.
There were so many little things in it. Like there were so many little, but I just honestly feel with the media coverage that they got, that
you would have found in it like that woman.
But did they get rid? Like I don't even like talking about it. Like it's like just in the conversation. But you know, like did they get rid of her because of the amount of coverage it got? You know, just say they took a local Portuguese girl, and you know, local news covered it. Police are looking for you, but you're gone. You got her out of the country. She's gone. Like Madeleine McCann
as soon as they see that amount of
around the world, and it was like, right, we've got this.
But like if they did get her out on a boat, what you're going to the sea then? You're never going to find anyone like that Salah. It was look how long it took them to find that, and they knew roughly. Yeah,
they had a plane to track it. Yeah, they see where the plane went off, and then they could go down. That was mad as well. But yeah, like the documentary was done well. It's Netflix, isn't it? It was done really well. Like anything that's done by Netflix lately has just been killing it. But like, because I watched that Leaving Neverland a couple of weeks before. Oh, you got banged to rights.
I watched that. Yeah.
Oh, I love Michael, man. But it's true what Cat Williams said. I don't give a shit how good you can sing and dance. Like,
climb trees.
Well, like they got him. Like, look, the thing is with him, it's like your music's timeless, but he tarnished it. But
he hasn't though, because you know, like say Jimmy Savile got done for whatever that crap, and then his
fuck it, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, like now you wouldn't ever see any of his stuff about anywhere. Like it just wouldn't happen. You'd be bad for showing it, and then but his stuff, bang, it's still is it still on Spotify? I don't even search for
see, they got rid of R. Kelly.
Yeah, they got rid of all his stuff. But they didn't do that with him. But then they haven't got actual. Well, they have got evidence because they got people saying it, but they haven't got groundbreaking stuff that can go right. You definitely did do that.
But the way the men were in the documentary, like it was so uncomfortable to watch, and I couldn't see anything in them that they were lying. And like, listen, they're not making money. It's not one of them things like, oh, you're making up a story that's like, you've got to live with the fact that you've been sexually assaulted by that. Now you're telling everyone. So it's not like you're doing it for any other reason, and maybe it's just like people need to know, but no one's gonna. He's got away with it. Like, do you know what I mean? He's gone now. You're never gonna prove it. No, but if he did do it, he had the resources, didn't he? He had the resources.
You got enough money to
hide
like, stuff if you want it.
Do you know what I mean? Like they left the boy. They were on holiday, the family, and he was like, "Can I stay with Mike for a week?" Like, and she's like, "Yeah, of course you can." That's a random guy. I don't care. It's Michael Jackson. It's like our kids, like me having a kid. I don't have one. Thank God. I think. But it's like me saying, like my son, "Can I stay with that Eminem?" Eminem wants my son for a week. I love Eminem. Listen, Eminem's the shit, yeah?
You asked me to let my kids sleep in your bed, I'm going to slap you.
Yeah, mate, listen, I'll delete your shit now. Like, I don't care. Like,
yeah, you just
I don't know. If Eminem asked me, I'll probably be like, look, let's go to the studio, make a tune.
You want to tune me and you can have my kid.
No, but it was deep. That was deep. But yeah, that documentary compared to that was really good. I watched even the arcade. It's a bad time.
I think you might need to just turn it a little bit.
What?
Wait, just let me do it.
Join us after the break. Yeah, but it's in the time right now. If you've done anything in the last 30, 40 years that is remotely questionable, yeah, you're sitting there shitting yourself, innit? These people out here, like, you're seeing everyone drop like flies. Yeah.
Everyone.
I think, yeah. I think, if anything, it's the best thing that's happening right now. People are talking about things, and it's making all these paedophile rings, all these.
Yeah, because it was in that documentary as well, the Madeleine one.
Yeah,
they were talking about that fucking, what's it called? Is it the 100 Club or something like that? Where they found the little boy, the
woman found her son.
Yeah, she went through all the pages of the pictures.
Because they made a catalogue of all the kids that were being advertised on the internet, and then she picked out her son in it, and that's worse.
That's probably worse.
Yeah, because you know he's suffering. He's been suffering. Like, that's what I kept watching when I was watching the Madeleine McCann thing. The whole time I was watching, like, the day one, because they were putting day one, day two, day three. They were really doing it well. I was just thinking, all right, what's happening to her at this time? Yeah. What's happening to her at that time, and that moment in time? Like, what is she going through? She was a baby. She weren't. Do you know what I mean? There was no fight back in her. There's no.
It's true to say, like, people say, how would you be able to walk out with the kid and the kid not wake up, blah blah blah. But like, I remember being a kid, if like
someone picked you up,
just like you fall back now, so they might have thought it was a dad or like, and just walked. Like, you wouldn't.
There were so many different avenues it was going down. I don't believe it was the parents. I
don't know. I think they've got something to do with it, man. I think that what someone said to me was quite a good point. Like, they were giving their kids like only a slight bit of medicine to keep them asleep a little bit longer, so then they could obviously stay out. We don't know that, but I'm saying that's what they think. And you never know, that could have gone a little bit wrong, and they've had to cover something up with it.
That's like, it's one thing accidentally killing your daughter, and then having the balls to cover it up and then go public.
Yeah, but you know, it could be one of those fucking roll-on things, isn't it? Like, it just they started covering it up, and then they've gone, fuck, we're in too deep there. We need to. I'm
just sure with their medical, they probably would have got done bad. But
like, both of them would have got fucked. But then you've just lost, like, your little, like, I don't know.
No, I can't.
It pisses me off thinking about it.
Like, I reckon we'll find out. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't find out eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those, isn't it? You're never gonna know.
That's what annoyed me about the whole thing. I left it more frustrated with them when I started.
It's like when you watch those stupid videos on YouTube about, like, aliens or ghosts.
Yeah.
And you think, like actually, like, you're half hoping, they found something that's really useful in that video, and then you end up realising that it's not been on the news, so they definitely haven't found out anything. So you're watching that documentary. If they found it, it'd been all over the news. Like,
it was like even with the Michael Jackson one, it was like there was enough evidence for me, like, well, their stories were believable to me, so I kind of made my own mind up, like, that's what happened. That happened. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But with that, I get what you mean with that documentary. There's loads of different possibilities that they pointed out.
Kelly's one, he done it. We've got people telling us he done it.
So they got videos though.
He done that little bit.
And then that guy's come out now. He's found another video of him at a party or something with girls or something, like, younger one.
Mate, he was pissing on a 14-year-old in the video, and then went to court and got away with it.
And he's getting all emotional, like, you're ruining my career and all that. What?
Bro, stop fucking having a sex cult with kids.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Oh, it's fucked up. It's so messed up. It's actually so messed up.
But that dog bit got me, man. That got me, bro. When the dog started barking, and it's like.
But this what the mad thing was, yeah. It's like they've got the dogs. The dogs found the cadaver. The dogs that can smell the cadaver. You love that word. The cadaver, yeah. The dog with the cadaver smell, which is a decomposing body, and then the blood. And it was like, you see the dog, see the way that one of them barked, the other one just poked his nose and pointed. Did you not notice that? It didn't bark when it.
I see the bit where. So the end of episode 3 is where the dog starts barking mad because he's found a body. I haven't seen the one with the dog.
Yeah, no, there's 2 separate dogs. One's for blood and one's for the cadaver. But yeah, he
dead body,
decomposing body. But one of the dogs would bark at when it was alert and it found something, and the other one would just stop and poke its nose and sit there until you've realised. And I was like, oh, no.
That's him. But they found it. They must have found something.
That could have happened before.
Yeah, the hotel could have been covered.
But this would have done it. Yeah, they found the blood and they alerted something in their rental car. Their rental car was rented 25 days after Madeleine had gone missing. The media coverage that they had after 2-3 days, there was no way they had a second or to go drive anywhere.
But did anyone else drive the car?
Yeah, but it's just I can't. I just don't believe it. I just feel like it'd have been too hard. It would have been. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. We'll never know. That's what I mean. We can never say that happened. But I just can't see.
Unless there's a bunch of killers out in Portugal and then everyone's used that car and then
just rent a car, get rid of his body. But she's gone, innit? Look, they might find it. There was all at the end of it because you didn't see. They were showing stories from America, like where girls been missing for 18 years and then got found, and then like a boy got missing for 4 or 5 years, then got found. Like, so it does happen, but I think in the
How
case.
long is that now though? That's 12 years, isn't it?
Yeah, 12 years.
Well, she'd be a teen. There was that thing I see on Daily Mail the other day. The girl from Leicester, she's at Leicester University, thinks she's Madeleine McCann. What are you doing in uni then?
Mate, I see that Dr. Phil, you know that American show, Dr. Phil, is on YouTube as well. This girl's arguing with her mum saying she thinks Eminem's her dad, yeah? Oh, it was so cringy, like it was... and she's like arguing with her mum, she's like, look, this is the picture of my mum and Eminem, it's not even Eminem, she's nuts. And the geezer said that, nah, like, you're not. And he's just like, yeah, I am, like...
what, is it what, so her mum just met him? And then like they end
No, that's what I'm saying, she showed the picture, I swear, I hope I'm not getting it wrong, but she showed the picture and she's like, yeah, that's him. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not.
This thing's just come up. Conor.
What?
Conor McGregor. Back in the ring.
Oh, after he's saying he's retired?
Yeah.
He's too rich, isn't he? He's too rich, bro. You don't care now. Why are you going to care? How can you get in the ring and fight like that when, 60 G's, all that shit.
Now you're worth, what's he got now?
He probably shit 60 G's now. Do you know what I mean? He probably uses 60 grand worth of toilet roll.
He's got that, is it whiskey?
Yeah,
whiskey
that
company?
proper. Do you know what I'm going to try it? Do you know what we'll do? We'll buy a bottle of that. See if we can get it online. We'll buy the bottle of that and we'll do that on the podcast.
Let's see how rich he is, how much it is.
Yeah, let's see how much it is.
What's it called?
Proper 12.
Proper 12?
Whiskey, yeah. Proper 12.
Proper 12.
Proper food with proper gravy. But, yeah, I don't know why we don't draw the accent there for an Irish thing.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But yeah, let's see how much it is. Proper 12 whiskey. Would it be like £50 a bottle? I hope it ain't because.
No, he can't. Is he ripping?
We'll put that on the company fund.
Company fund, yeah. What's that? Your pocket?
Shouldn't come up with shopping. Let me go online as well. We'll have to do the whole podcast.
Drinking it.
Yeah, just to try it out. We'll do like a review. Proper number 12.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, and that's alright. Does look nice. He's done well. I do like a whiskey as well. We won't invite Charlie round because that'll be gone in.
Yeah, sorry Charlie, you're not invited.
Yeah, unbelievable, mate. We've done a bottle of Red Label in like 3 drinks.
Oh, yeah, it's a little video.
Yeah. He's done it right. That's what 75 or whatever.
We're plugging the shit out of this whiskey.
Yeah. I'm gonna act Conor McGregor and say, yeah, watch our podcast. We've done 2 views. We want some sort of payment. How much is it?
You can't buy it.
You're joking me.
No, joking. I don't know.
Buy it. Let me see it. You you can't buy alcohol.
Was that? Oh.
Proper 12 by a bottle. Don't tell me you can't buy a bottle. Nah, you can't find it anywhere. I feel like we're being stupid.
That guy, that's just come up. The guy, remember the boy who poured water all over that Syrian kid?
Oh, bullied it. Yeah.
All he's been given is a caution.
That's the parents.
Yeah.
It's the parents. You know what I mean? Sorry. Oh, look, here we go. 26 the drink.
We'll just get a bottle of small JD.
What we'll do, yeah, won't show the bottle because we say copyrights and all that. So
yeah, we'll just get
but here's the glass of it. Yeah. Here's the glass of it, and we just But no, 26. It's not too bad. 25.
No, it's not too bad. What litre is it? What? 70. Is that the small bottle?
Oh,
that's the tester. 25 quid, isn't it?
Fuck's sake, Connor, mate. Go fight some more, mate. Shit, he's not trying to make your money out of us. But yeah, he's gone, isn't he? He said, I don't believe him. They'll offer him a little 10 million to come do an exhibition against some idiot, and then he'll do it, and he'll probably lose again because he keeps losing lately.
Have you seen Ed Sheeran's getting in trouble by his neighbours?
Why?
Because he wants to. He said, "I'm putting a lake in my back garden," which they're fine with because it's
by a lake. Why are you
nature.
putting a lake?
No, he's putting a lake in there. Yeah, so he's. But it's not. They're complaining because it's actually a swimming pool, but he's trying to claim that it's a lake.
Yes, Ed. I rate Ed.
He built a chapel in his garden, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't rate that. But I rate Ed because you know why I rate Ed? He was a sofa surfer, and now he's just stupidly rich. He's just,
rich to the
and
point.
he doesn't look any different. He's still dressed exactly the same. He's probably still got the same boxes from 2009. Oh, yeah, that is a joke.
French travellers invade car park and stones throw.
We won't go there. We won't go there. We won't go there.
Jesus.
They've got pillows out on the ground. They've got their bed out on the street.
Nice.
They've got a car park space with a bed in it. And we are back. We're back. Part 2.
PT2.
Oh yeah, you went to thingy over there, innit?
What, Celebrity Juice?
Yeah.
It's on tonight.
Shitting! Coming up after Black.
You know when they do that, they tell you have to cheer. So when you go shitting, they go make sure you cheer as loud as you can.
I'll be like,
because you can't see the scores, so you don't know
the
scores. So they say you have to cheer like you know the scores.
Oh, because they
don't show it, do they? They put that on after on the
it's all like that then, is it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Britain's Got Talent when you went there. What was that like?
Yeah, that was alright. It wasn't as good as you think. Bit of a copyright. I can't talk about it too much.
No, but like, is it small? Everything's smaller than what?
It's tiny. Yeah, everything's tiny. You think it looks massive on TV?
How many acts you see?
About 7.
What?
Yeah.
Long it out. Like, how long was you there for?
Oh wow! I can't even remember what time I got there, but it was an all-day thing.
Oh.
But Celebrity Juice was good.
Yeah.
I'd recommend going. I don't know if I'd go again, but it was good.
Yeah. Where have I been?
Nowhere.
What have I seen live? I've seen something live.
You went? Did you not go X Factor?
Oh yeah, no, I went to live shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rubbish, but it was. No, but it was good. I got into it because they start playing all the classic songs, start getting involved. But I went to the O2 Arena, and I took. Oh, who did I go with? I went with someone. Yeah.
Celebrity Juice was good though because you like.
I like
funny.
Keith Lemon.
It is funny.
Who did they have on?
You had Keith.
Oh yeah.
Paddy and what's her name?
Oh, Paddy's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's alright.
Holly Willoughby, and then I don't know.
Willoughby.
Joel something. He's some comedian. Joel,
Funny
and then
that.
do you remember? Did you ever watch 2 pints of lager and a packet of
Yeah,
Pez?
Gaz.
He's funny.
Yeah.
And
He's still
and
going, isn't it?
Stacey Solomon.
Oh,
They were ripping her. What did they say she looks like? Like a rabbit or something. They keep taking the piss. Oh no, it was good, but it just gets long in between. Like
it's like you're forced into it. Where when you watch it on TV, it's constant laughs.
Yeah, but like I went toilet during one break, and then when I come back, I had to wait behind stage because they won't let you go through yet. Like cause obviously it's all live and that. But then Holly and Paddy.
Did you get a prize or anything to do that?
They said that. They said it. Everyone's Got Talent. Well, we're going to give away prizes for the best people that do this, and then they never do.
Oh, it's trying to keep you in the edge of your seat and that. Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Where's the prizes? Sorry, we run out of time."
The prize is, Yeah.
No, it was alright though, but.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, did you see Afterlife?
Yeah.
Netflix.
That was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Alright, mate. My missus, yeah, she nudged me. Yeah, I had a tear come down my eye, and she went, "What's the matter with you?" And then I was laughing 2 seconds later.
I didn't find it that emotional, but yeah.
You need to watch it. You don't smile, because I literally, everyone I spoke to, yeah, a couple of my boys, they were like, "Yeah, mate, it's gonna make you cry." And I sat there and one tear, and she looked over at me as it happened as well. Like, so it was like,
so you're a wet bag for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's what you're such a wet bag. Exactly what she said there. And I was like, one tear come like that, and I went to brush it off, and she looked at me, and it was like mid-drop. But yeah, no, brilliantly done. Honestly, his writing, he done it with Derek. Derek for me was just unreal.
I might even watch that again.
Yeah, I sometimes put it on. That's like my go-to thing sometimes, because you know what it was. Like, obviously, we've worked with people with like learning disabilities and autism and things like that. His traits, all the little things.
The way he does it is exactly the same.
Because what it is,
the simple way of looking at things. You know, like the bit when he says, you know, she's like saying to him, "Oh, about something you can't do this and that," and he goes, "But why? Is it going to change the way I am?"
That's it. If we're going to do some tests to find out what you've got wrong with you, he goes, will it change who I am? Or will it change anything about the way I'm doing things? No. Well, then what's the point? Yeah, and just smashed it.
Yeah.
That's like a happy tear already. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought he actually smashed that. At first, when you first start watching it, you're like, "Oh, Ricky, like, what's going on there?" But then you forget it's him.
Yeah.
You forget it's him. He does it in everything he does. He's just so.
He's genius the way he writes it all.
Because he was on that True Geordie podcast. Plug. But plug. But yeah, he was on that, and he was like, he done a little bit, where he starts describing David Brent, but then he does this thing where he like looks at the camera.
I forgot about David Brent as well. That's brilliant,
mate. He's unreal in all of it.
You can come on if you want, mate. Do
the
podcast.
Just get you on. Just come and explain how you done it. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, David Brent is brilliant, isn't it?
Unreal. That for me, because even the movie, when we went cinema to see the movie after, because it's been like years since the original, and that got me as well. You know, he was talking about life. He's like, you know, life is a struggle. These little bits of
happiness,
just kept through, and I was like that, and he's nearly crying, and it's like, fuck you.
Speaking of podcasts, though, that one with is it Joe Rogan and what's that scientist's name?
Oh, the one who does about universe and all that.
Yeah.
What's his name? Don't know. We can't fuck up here. It's Professor Brian Cox.
Brian Cox. That's it. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
I knew you said Brian Fox because I didn't want to say Cox. Brian. Yeah.
Everything he speaks about, I could sit there and listen to it for ages. Have you seen that one where he takes he gets that room where they can take all the air out, and then they drop
with the gravity
a
thing.
a bowling ball and feathers, and they drop at the exact same speed. It's nuts. Have you seen the video?
No, let me see it.
Let's go to YouTube.
I do remember it briefly. Only brief. Brian Cox.
What's
gravity.
going on?
We're having tech. Oh look, proper 12's popping up again. And we get it, Connor. You don't want to fight.
He will.
He course he will, man. 16 million, Gina. But
what is it? Gravity.
Oh, that's a point. Are we going to be able to show this? We're not going to get done for copyright.
This is the bit, I think, where they actually drop it. So wait.
That's nuts. How?
Both falling, but they did it before, and the bowling ball obviously went flying down. But look, both dead the exact same.
It don't even look real, does it?
There's no air.
If anything, the feathers are winning.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
That's crazy. How much does the Earth weigh?
They have done that, haven't they?
I don't know. That's a stupid question, but
how can they know? Yeah, but how can they know that? 'Cause they don't even know what's in.
So, how much does the Earth weigh?
No, but when he starts talking about like there's like the galaxies within galaxies within galaxies. Like I can't sit there and think about it.
I know, it makes you feel really small, innit? Like scared, like you're paranoid, like anxiety's popping. But yeah, no, we're gonna find out how much the Earth weighs, because that is a good. I like that.
Let's Google it. You don't need to think about it.
I know. Let's go to our go-to brain. But even that on that.
It comes up. Look, how much does the Earth weigh?
People see, great minds think alike.
I thought it was going to come up.
Yeah, just when it comes up with that already, the info
it's
there.
Not Google. It
I don't want to go onto another website. I don't want to go onto another website. Don't take me onto another website. I want to just know.
How much?
You don't need to know anything now, do you? You don't need to remember anything. What kids? You know when we was at school, you do tests, and you say like you can't take your phone in there. Well, our phones didn't do shit. Our phones didn't do nothing.
Do you know when Samsung first come out with the watch?
You're a bit younger. You probably could get a bit of internet on there.
When they come out with that watch, I had it in an exam. I couldn't do anything with it because all I could do was like just check the time and fucking maybe a text message. But I couldn't.
Yeah, imagine
but
now kids all like that.
I could have set myself fucking a load of text messages with all the answers. I should have done.
Yeah, that. I had a Sagem. Who remembers Sagem? S-A-G-E-M. That was my phone. Yeah, as a kid at school.
My first one was.
It had colour screen.
Mine was a Sony Walkman.
What kids would be like? Oh, I do have phone XS. Oh, it was so dead.
Sony Walkman. Sorry, what was that, mate?
Walkmans were the fucking shit.
Yeah, you had one song. You Bluetooth each other a song, but then you'd have to delete the one you've already got. You didn't have enough memory for the next.
But that's what I'm saying. So now a kid goes into an exam. Like obviously now you can slightly get your phone in there, right? You got a question, right? Say a question comes up. Can you remember a question from a school exam?
Ben had 2 apples.
Yeah,
Sarah had 3.
You're all like typing into Google and then bam.
Have you seen that thing? Sarah had 12 Mars bars. No, Sarah ate 12 Mars bars. Harry ate 4. How many Mars bars are left? No, he said work this out, and he goes, yeah, they got diabetes.
That's fucked up.
It weighs, I don't even know what that is. 5.9272 times 10.
Some sort of bracket.
24 kilograms. So not a lot there.
Yeah, a couple keys. But yeah, that's mad. But yeah, kids must be killing it now, exams. They must be killing it. We literally had a calculator. And I can even, didn't do nothing for me anyway.
Just type boobies and then turn it upside down, innit?
Show someone, you go into an exam as well. Do you remember you go in there, like everyone's had this, you sit there and you look around the room, everyone's doing something apart from you and you're panicking. You're like 20 minutes into the exam and then for some reason at the end you just start going.
Yeah, and then they go, sorry, time's up. What? Fuck, I'm not ready.
And you get an F and you're gassed. Like.
I think I got the lowest grade you can get in history. My past ain't really. I didn't really think.
My past didn't really matter in history. The past don't matter in history. But yeah, no, that's mad. But yeah, that honestly, I just don't understand how kids are getting it. Like they get away with anything. Like you can just answer anything on Google.
Yeah, when we was doing it, I had books. I say that I'm saying it like I'm well old. Like I did have the internet.
You was at the turn of smartphone.
I did have the internet. I just didn't.
You must have had the iPhone. The first iPhone 3G, the first one, iPhone 1, the first ever one. That was like. Yeah. What year was that? Type in the first iPhone.
My mate Sam, his dad's got 2 mini ones. They were like prototypes. He works at the airport. He found them somewhere.
Oh, I remember you showing me them.
They're tiny. They're like that.
Why would you? It's a bit long, but it's still mad.
Like, it's basically like the watch.
The first iPhone.
The first.
I reckon. I'm gonna say 2007.
What, when it came out?
Yeah. I reckon it's 2007. I've got a feeling it was 2007. 29th June 2007.
I was going to say 29th June.
That's like 12 years ago. That was the first smartphone, wasn't it?
Nah, I don't know.
Whoa.
Oh.
Well, sorry, don't know where we're heading. But yeah, no, that must have been. Is that the first iPhone? That was?
Nah.
I'm sure after that's when everyone started going.
Google it, we're not arguing about it.
So this podcast is based on Google.
Yeah. We're joined today by Google, who's going to answer some questions.
I'm sure they were the. What was the first smartphone ever made?
Simon's Person.
1992. Oh, not. Simon's personal. That's a communicator. That's like a pager, but it's still look. That's what they were cut. That was when I was born.
Do you remember?
You used to have to wind it up.
Lee Evans with the phone. He goes, touchscreen's been around for years. Down a petrol station at 2 a.m. Ginsters!
What came first, iPhone or Android? Apparently Android OS come before the iOS. I don't know.
HTC's iPhone. They were sick.
They were good. Then they come a bit bigger as well. But then I was a BlackBerry guy.
Yeah, I did have a Black. Everyone had a BlackBerry. I don't think it was like
BBM.
Yeah.
All that.
What was it?
What's your pin?
Ping me.
Yeah. What's your pin?
Yeah.
What's your BBM? What is it? What is it?
Pin. It was your BBM.
What's your pin? What's your pin?
Then they sold that actual thing to iPhone, didn't they?
Just for them not to use it.
You could download the app now. BBM. It's still on there.
No one's using that.
Yeah, but since they've done that, no one did it.
No one.
Then they had like iMessage and that.
Yeah. That's mad, isn't it? It's mad how things have just changed, but you like how we can forget about things like that, and that was such a big part of your life at one point.
Yeah, everyone.
Bold.
I don't
BD bold.
I don't think anyone didn't have it.
Nah. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I always had one of those. Like I had like 4 keys missing. Like, it was
do
always
you remember like
the
tablets, and when tablets would start coming out, you're like, tablet. I remember not having one and seeing everyone with a tablet. You're like,
I wanted an iPad so
So
bad
bad.
as a kid.
I got
Now they're just like
yeah,
everyone's
got
got
one. Like, I don't even hate it. I just don't even want it. Like, it's so good. But yeah, that is mad. Okay, I honestly thought that iPhone was the first touch screen. What was the first touch screen? What do you reckon?
Don't press it yet. What is it?
I'm gonna go for iPhone.
Nah, I'm gonna go for HTC. No, I'm not gonna. No, IBM. Oh, fuck off.
No, but they've got the picture of the iPhone there. I'm sure.
That's just showing you what it was.
The iPhone was revealed. Yeah. A year before the iPhone was revealed, the LG Prada. LG.
Yeah.
LG.
I went to when I was in school. We had like the tops math set. Don't know how I got in top maths, but we used to get to leave I think once a month and go to there was offices called Cisco, and they do like all communication stuff, like like when you go in offices and they got the little telecom thing in the middle, and they showed us some madness, and we're talking
like what future tech.
So they had this like prototype front room, and you'd go in there and it was like you'd sit down, we was all sitting down, and the wall is a TV screen, like it's all TV, and then they've got one side of it, so say they was watching sports, they had a life-size version of a guy come up and it would tell you his stats, like a player playing football. But the quality of it was mad, the whole wall was it. And then you go in another room and they got like a prototype conference call thing. So we conference called someone from Spain, but it was like they were sitting in the room with us.
Like a hologram.
Yeah, so you sit around a table and then there was the other side of the table was all screens, but it felt like they were in the room with you. It was nuts.
That's what they must be doing now. Like they must have all that shit now, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
top. Like,
yeah, they've got it.
Have you seen like places like Google where you see what they work like their work environment?
Yeah, no, I want to go work there.
Yeah,
YouTube's office looks mad.
Yeah, like
I've never been there. I've just stood outside for a few hours.
I've never worked at YouTube. I work on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, that's mad. That is mad.
It's how the times are changing.
Times are changing. But so hopefully, alright, before we finish up, top 3 people that we're gonna try eventually have on our podcast.
That's a big shout, isn't it?
That's a big shout. We've got to make a podcast first.
Yeah. What we can say is that we'll definitely be here every week. We'll at least put one out every week.
Every week, maybe twice, and we will have like a few friends come through. Yeah. Some of them are quite good characters. And
by characters, we mean idiots.
Yeah, proper idiots.
I'm proper shaking that, and let's look.
See, they're idiots. But yeah, join us for next one.
Can't promise what days, but they'll be out. Not like all of you are going to be waiting for it.
I know, but yeah, thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye. Smashed it. That was good.
Yeah.
That was sick. Like that actually was more natural than the first bit. But I'm so excited to see this on the fucking. How am I gonna?